For about a year now, a lot of my friends have been consistently bugging me to start watching One Piece. And for me, there was only one problem.
The jawn is 1,155 episodes long.
For those of you who don't know what One Piece is, it's a Japanese show that's been running for nearly 30 years now about a pirate named Luffy who builds his crew in an attempt to become the king of the pirates. Now recently I've started dipping into Japanese animation with shows like Frieren and Spy Family, since I can't seem to find anything amazing on the American side. And a couple months ago, my brother forced me to sit down and watch the first episode of One Piece, which was pretty mid. It was pretty mid. But I was walking home from work one day and thought, why not? I'll watch the second. Then came the third, and the fourth,
And the 150th.
Here are my thoughts and impressions and my recommendations on if you should watch it, as a person who's only seen the first little part of One Piece. Starting off, do I regret watching it? No, I don't think I do. I think that if nothing else, I understand a lot more about pop culture now. One Piece is crazy big, and I've already made a lot of connections with people over the show. And I found the stories and characters to be compelling and interesting. I think my favorite thing about the show is how different it is. I mean, this is an absolutely insane world. Like, there's this one character named Buggy the Clown, and his whole entire crew dresses up like circus characters, which sounds really crazy, but they play it off in a way that's just perfect. I mean, the character designs, too, are completely different than what I'm used to, like these ones. And that was part of the charm of the show. It was different, and they were okay being wacky. Another part of the reason I actually enjoyed it so much is because the first episodes were produced like 30 years ago, and you can definitely tell that it was made in the 90s. But having something a little different than what I'm used to was something really fun for me. I really enjoyed it. I also thought the characters were done very well. I mean, this was by far the best part of the entire show. Each one of the main characters is crazy unique and has interesting and compelling backstories. My personal favorite character, after watching this many episodes, is Roronoa Zoro, a crazy powerful swordsman who fights with 3 swords at the same time. Speaking of characters, another funny thing about the show is the power scaling. They're not afraid to have crazy powerful characters. I mentioned my favorite character is Zoro. There's a scene where he's trapped under a house, and he just lifts it up, chucks it at the other guy, and gets up and walks out. Which would never pass in an American TV show, but the show's fine being crazy like that. Or, for another example, a character can get stabbed 20 times, but then have a flashback about their friends, and so they get up and keep fighting. I also enjoyed that while the show is a shonen action at heart, they were okay getting deep and emotional sometimes. I loved the Arlong Park arc, where we got into Nami's tragic backstory and show her overcoming it with the aid of Luffy and his friends. And minor spoilers, my favorite episode was when Zoro was fighting Mihawk, the most powerful swordsman, and he ended up losing really bad. But he promised to never fail again and keep working harder to grow past his weaknesses. It was such an amazing and emotional moment, and it was just done perfectly. Now, this show wasn't perfect, and the biggest criticism of the show that I will 100% agree with is that the pacing is really bad. Guys, it's terrible. There would be episodes where it seems like every other scene was a flashback of something we saw 2 episodes ago, or entire episodes where the fight between 2 people wouldn't progress, and they would keep fighting for like 10 or 15 episodes, where most shows I've watched would take an episode or 2 for the climactic fight, like Aang fighting King Andrias in Amphibia, or Aang fighting the Fire Lord in Avatar. But while the show wasn't perfect, would I recommend it? Honestly, I can say that I do. Now, most One Piece fans, of course, will criticize me for having only watched like a 10th of the show, and that's valid criticism. I'm currently taking a break to finish watching Spy Family, but I look forward to getting back into it once I have more time. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have an absolutely incredible day. Yeah, that's it. Take care.